All right, this is the Dreamwave for June 2025. Decided to do a couple charts for you guys so you have a sense of the month through the human design lens. Astrologically, it's a very exciting month. A lot of movement of energy, but also a lot of challenges to that movement, kind of like a couple steps forward, a couple steps back, tension wanting to be released, the goal wanting to be got and gone for, and yet a lot of constraints, a lot of restrictions in the air. And that'll be mostly summarized by Jupiter going into Cancer around June 9th, June 10th, and that will be squaring both Saturn and Neptune days afterward and days in between up until the 20th. And then we'll arrive solstice and then the new moon in gate 52. And that's the summary of the month. In structure, that's what I'll be going over with. Are going over with the charts. And so we'll start here with this chart. This is June 11th, so this is right before the full moon. And you could see here, I decided to show the mandala today. And you could see on the mandala that the north node and south node are still in 36 and 6, so it's still about relationships. But you could see it'll be moving to the 22 in Pisces and to the 47. Now, the 22 is the gate of grace, and its opposite, the 47, is a gate of limitation. And so 47 is actually a mental gate, and it's in Virgo. So it's about following the intuition, following the emotional mutations and transformations, and leaving the mind behind. And I've mentioned this, and that's even though the gates are going to turn to 22 and 47, that's an example of it. A continued example, 22 being following how you feel, your emotions, not trying to penetrate the veil of Neptune with the mind, but rather allowing yourself to persist through your goals, even though there might be limitations or restrictions. And that's 22 in Pisces. And the South Node in 47 is kind of confusion before clarity. It's a Virgo gate, but it's mostly about the mind. It can be a very mentally manipulative energy, that gate 47. And that's going to shift a couple days after this June 11th on the 14th, 15th. And then so we see Sun is in gate 45 at this time of the month. Presently, today's June 2nd. The sun went into gate 35. So if you look at the wheel here, you could see on the bottom here, Gemini, and you could see these are the gates for Gemini. And they start over here from Taurus from 8. We started this month with gate 20, which is like being present in the now. And people with this gate struggle with being present. Sometimes they almost like turn off. They're almost like they're almost set up with that gate to be fully present in the moment of now when something occurs, but oftentimes it's difficult to concentrate. So you have to grasp the higher frequency of that gate. Then we have 16, which is about mastery. That's the gate we've had. We just went into gate 35 today, and 35 is the gate of adventure. It's really being able to control and balance your own chemistry through putting your own rules aside, according to your personal authority and taking the adventure in life and moving forth. Very powerful gate. And then 45 will come to in another 5 or 6 days. That one's about managing resources for the collective. And it's about money, the money line, how we utilize our money, our values, our resource and as resources. And then sun will go into gate 12 towards solstice. And 12 is about it's the gate of caution. And it's about speaking at the right time. So it's right timing for manifestation through the throat center up here. And it's about authentic expression, as well as only speaking when it's correct to. Not out of social obligations, but speaking when it's correct and not speaking when it's not correct. This particular channel, the 1222, is very personal. It's very individual. This channel, people with this particular channel should only be doing what they feel, not anything else, but what they feel. So it's a very powerful channel. And then we'll be moving into around the end of the month. Uh, Cancer will have moved already into gate 15. It's already there, actually. It's just gonna get through the middle of it into the Cancer degrees. And the 15 is about love of humanity. So as I was saying in earlier videos, there could be a lot of tension between, there could be protest, a lot of tension between ideologies, especially those darker anti-human ideologies and our own human narratives and ideologies, like pushing forth through that tension as we continually experience this polarity between AI and humanity, thus asking for us to be more authentic in our expression so we're not so easily replaceable by this empty, parasitic, pushed tech. The key, of course, being to master it, not to merge with it, to observe it, not to absorb it, and to be present in our essence and not give away our essence. And then we have gate 52, which will be the end of the month. That'll be the new moon. And we have Mercury there now. No, on the 11th. And gate 52 is part of the vortex channel right here. And so this will be stimulating a lot of us, especially those of us with gate 9. And this will give a real power of concentration. This will be towards the end of the month. So initiating something new will be with certain ease if one makes the time for it. The energy of concentration is there. And so concentrating, focusing on what needs to get done, your goals, it can happen. And so that'll be towards the end of the month. Let me do another quick chart. This particular chart again is for the 11th. So this is around Jupiter going directly into Cancer. And so let's do another quick chart, even though I summarized the month pretty much, but let's look at that full moon I was talking about. Well, maybe actually the Jupiter square. Let's look at that. So this is the Jupiter square, and you'll see that the 1222 is fully active here. So this is actually going to be active for both Jupiter square, Saturn, and Neptune. So it'll be around June 12th, 13th to the 17th, 18th. This particular day is June 15th, right in the middle. And with that channel, it's an emotional channel with the authority of the solar plexus. So people will be feeling the emotional wave and that manifestation energy of things happening at the right time, the right, when it feels right to occur, not any other time, but when something feels correct, doing what you need to do. And that's the power of this channel. This 22 is very personal, individual channel, this 1222. And I want to show the new moon channel for the end of the month. Not sure what I pressed there. I'm supposed to put up the new chart. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I have it. I don't have it in mandala form. I have it in the regular form here. So you can see here, this is the chart for the end of the month. It's a reflector chart. This is around the full moon, reflector 1-3 chart. 22 is still active. The 58 is actually active. Interesting. 52 is active for the new moon. And there's some other gates happening. Most important, of course, the Aries vortex, which is presently occurring in gate 25, activating those with the 51 or any transits in the 51. That's the mystical channel, power of bridging worlds, initiating one into other worlds. And you can see gate 15, where Jupiter will be until it goes into its next gate, but not for a while. Jupiter will be in 15 for a while. And all these themes will be activated according to one's charts. And so no complete charts here in this new moon, no complete channels, I mean. And let me stop sharing and we'll go to some total blackness. So, an overall summary, June looks like we can continue with a lot of energy and direction towards accomplishing our goals. It's actually a really good time to put yourself out there, especially if you're on social media or if you want to try out new combinations of success and step ups in your career. With Jupiter active in Cancer, squaring Saturn and Neptune, you have your dream embodied by Neptune, and then you have the solidification of that dream embodied by Saturn, and any newer goals to put forth, any new intentions. We have the new moon at the end of the month. July will be a little more challenging as we regress into a Mercury retrograde to reflect on things, to reassess things, and to reset some things as the energy kind of takes a different turn, different shift. And we will be observing a real frequency shift. So, right when Uranus goes into Gemini, especially, that'll be July 7th. So now's the time to make sure you're grounding enough, especially those of you who have little earth in your charts and mostly have air or fire or water. Really important to ground these days. Make sure you're resonating to earth frequencies and not over resonating to frequencies that are not of the natural worlds. And I think I'll leave it at that. I did put a video out today on the Hades moon. So it's the Pluto transits to the moon for the month. Some of you like that, as those are key periods of exchange and truth coming to light. And I think tomorrow, me and Dorji are going to do a video, if we have time, on Jupiter and Cancer, Jupiter going into Cancer formally, and the effects that will have on us from around June 9th to sometime in July of next year. And so that'll be a whole year of Jupiter exalted in Cancer. And it'll start in Human Design Gate 58, the Gate of Extremes. And so we'll touch on that tomorrow. Best to you guys.